know all about design courses. So we will be talking all about design courses, colleges, about the different branches, and what all you could take for design. Since design as a career is extremely popular among students who have a very creative flair. And what makes design careers even better is that the stream is vast and it offers ample of opportunities to students, with different talents, skills, and educational background. So I think that what makes this particular career a very challenging and yet very exciting. And before we start the webinar, I would like to welcome two very eminent panelists for today's session. So firstly, I'd like to welcome both our panelists from FDDI. So Mr. Sunil Changdev Talekar is here and Ms. Satyam Shivastav is here, both from FDDI. So firstly, I'd like to welcome both of you. Welcome, sir. Welcome, ma'am. Thank you so
Thank you,
much for
ma'am.
joining us here.
Thank you.
And I think this session will be quite interesting, and I could see students joining us in. So let me tell you that the first 30 minutes we'll be discussing all about design courses, and probably the next 30 minutes we will be open to take all your queries. So all the students who are being part of this webinar, I would request please start putting your queries in our Q&A section. The last 30 minutes would be entirely dedicated to your questions because our panelists are here. They will be there to guide you and answer your queries. So we can begin our webinar startingly with all about design courses, right?
Yeah, thank
So,
you.
yes, ma'am. So firstly, I would like to know, let's begin with what exactly is design. So ma'am, if you could want to start with this.
I think on design, we have Talekar sir, who is a very senior person in the area of design. So he will
Right.
be a better person to speak on that area.
Sure. Yes, sir,
Talekar
please.
sir, please.
Yeah, good evening to all everyone presenting here. Yeah, basically before proceeding, I would like to introduce myself. I'm a NIP
Yes, sir.
PG from Delhi 1997 batch. I'm basically a PhD in textile chemistry. I have done my master's in UI UX and fashion and graphics and textile chemistry. So, and I'm teaching from last 7 years. Before that, I was in the industry. So this is basically, I would like to say all the best to all new upcoming designs who are thinking basically to come as a those who are thinking to work as a designer in future. So guys, I don't know who are all present because you are totally new for me. So first of all, I would like to share here what exactly a meaning of education basically. So when you
Sure, sir.
talk about education, so education has certain definition basically. You already decided that what exactly you would like to do in your study basically, and what kind of a career you want to pursue in your what do you say life. So we are the faculties here to just to polish your mind. Okay, like we are here to, like, if you're interested in design, so we are here to polish your mind accordingly so you can easily and comfortably work as a designer in future. So I would like to share you some part of a design process basically that we call as a portfolio, and which is a compilation of your work. And then we start exactly what is the meaning of design, what is design process, what is design thinking, what is ideation, okay, and what is difference between art and design, and what are the nationally approved, what do you say, national importance college in India, and what are the courses they are giving you. Okay, so I'm just starting sharing my screen. Basically, I'm starting to share you the presentation of my portfolio basically.
Sure, sir.
So will you able to see that?
Yes, it's blank right now. Yes, sir.
Just waiting to come as a full screen. So when you work as a designer, you are going to present your work, okay, in this way basically, what exactly your expertise are all about, and how you are going to present your expertise in terms of design. As you know, design is specially for sale. There is only one definition of design. Design is always for sale, and the art is basically for your own satisfaction. So art may be for sale, may not be for sale, but design is 100% you're creating for sale. And good design and easily accessible design always give you successful result basically. So this is the portfolio you will find for every designer basically. Maybe you're a graphic designer, maybe you're a UI UX interaction designer, maybe you're a textile designer, maybe you're an animation designer, maybe you're an apparel designer, maybe you're a textile designer, any kind of architectural designer, interior designer, they have to carry their portfolio in their career. And your portfolio speaks lots than you basically. The creativity you can easily showcase in terms of your portfolio. These are some content basically, and which we what do you say ask students to prepare a portfolio while they will complete their final year. So will you able to see my screen, ma'am? I won't able to create it as a full
Yes,
screen.
sir.
Yeah, now you can see
We
it.
could see. Yes.
Yeah, these are the contents basically. And the third page is basically about yourself. Wherever you go, okay, even though you find out some portfolios on Behance or any media, social media, okay, you have to follow the same format basically. Okay, so you have to find out the area of interest. So these are what will be your area of interest that you have to mention in, and basically you have to present that in form of what is a pictures or any kind of icons. So any project, just I'm just showing you the fashion project because that is available with me now, and we have very less time to present you basically. So I'm presenting two projects. One is fashion and one is graphic design project basically. So in fashion project, what exactly designers create a design? Basically, they will start with the any kind of a mood. Mood, maybe you can see a party wear mood, maybe you can see a casual wear mood, maybe you can see a ethnic wear mood, maybe you can see a institutional wear mood, maybe you can see a leisure wear, maybe you can say athleisure, maybe you can say office leisure. Okay, any kind of a mood. Okay, that you are going to for that you are going to create a mood board. And again, mood board always has a story. Okay, and that story you have to depict in your collection basically. So now when I talking about the story, okay, this is my story. My main inspiration is basically I inspired from nature. And my story says I'm working for yoga club, which okay is a kind of what you say uh, work like an emotional gym for you basically. It's a meditation for your mind. Okay, and the healthy mind always create healthy design, and healthy mind always create a healthy life basically. So all the things, okay, I got inspired are from the nature, because there is no any component, any design or any kind of what you say things basically which you are not getting from the nature. Right from the scratch till the end, okay, you are getting everything from the nature. So nature is a good organizer. Okay, and this is the way actually I'm just showcasing the lines basically, and the some textures from the nature which inspired me here. Okay, so these are some kind of what you can say uh, style lines basically. We call that as a silhouette. Okay, silhouette is basically name of the person basically who used to create this kind of outlines. But in short, when you talk about the silhouette is only outline here. So these are some things actually which inspired me lots. Okay, and which are the lines and what do you say different type of shapes from the nature basically. And then the biggest part, that is called the mind map. So you maybe choose Taj Mahal as a design inspiration, but your concept, your mind map says not from the not whole Taj Mahal you get inspired, but some part, some component from the Taj Mahal, okay, which are inspiring you. They might be a carving, they might be a, what you say certain shapes, they might be a, some textures. Okay, so the mind map says where you are going to stop yourself in terms of your concept. I am going to work on this concept, even though my inspiration is some other Taj Mahal. Okay, so that is again you can see a mind map. You may call this as an ideation, but ideation process may basically you have to work for the problem solving design, that we'll talk later. Okay, now this is the functional detailing. So these are the detailing basically, as you all are totally new for this whole what do you say concept. But the functional detailing make what do you say keep your make your life more easy in terms of okay while you walking on the road or while you're functioning different what do you say activities in your day-to-day life basically. So again, you have to put all these things together here in this board basically. And then the color palette.
Sorry to interrupt. I think you are changing the slides, but we cannot see. We are still stuck on the second one.
1 minute, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Will you able to see that now?
Yeah, this is the 12th slide. Yes, sir.
This is the color board. Am I right? It is a color board.
Yes, sir.
It's a color palette.
Yeah.
So everyone knows there is only one color, that is white color, but you can see a reflection of 7 colors, okay, out of the white color. Okay, so in short, when you talk about the colors, only human can see so many colors in the nature. Okay, other animals only see 2 or 3 colors, or they only see a monochromatic, or they only see a red color. Okay, so the color palette is a kind of what we say is a visualization where you are going to say these are the colors I'm going to use. Okay, guys, see, the thing is I'm showing you a presentation for fashion design. Okay, even though you're pursuing your career in animation or in graphics or in any other area like textile, UI UX, color palette and other component, inspiration board, mind map are the key component basically you have to use. Then the next slide is this is called line. Line may be a range, or you can say a collection of the garment. And as I told you that my inspiration is lines from the nature and the object which are created by nature. Those are the things I'm going to showcase in my collection, whole collection. And as you see, there are 6 number of garment, and there is top and bottom. So when you talk about top and bottom together, it is called ensemble. So ensemble is a one whole, what do you say, top and bottom combination of the garment basically. Then this is your look, and the look is the common word basically used in the design field basically, where you have to showcase the exact look of the garment, exact color combination in the garment basically. So these are the look number 3, this is look number 4, this is look number 5. Then this is called flat drawings. The flat drawing means how the garment look like when you keep flat on the table. Okay.
So the students are requesting if we could display the first 10 slides that they have missed.
What, ma'am?
Sir, the students are requesting about the first 10 slides, if we could have them again. So maybe
Yes,
in the
yes.
end, we could have them again.
Yeah.
Sure.
So this is the first slide. This is a basically is the first slide. Then this is the inspiration.
So it's not changing.
Sir, the slides are not changing.
Yeah, 1 minute. Now?
Yeah, it is changing. So, sir, can we come back to the slide 1 and then we can just have a quick view of all the slides.
This is your mood board.
This is color palette, sir.
What? I'm sure. Yeah, this is fashion project 1. Will you able to see this?
No, not yet. Yeah, now it's visible. Yeah.
And this is mood board.
Mood board is not visible, sir. Fashion project 1, and then it hasn't gone to the. Okay.
Now.
Okay.
Now you can see, ma'am, mood board.
Yes. So, sir, you could actually choose the slideshow and make it convert it into a presentation. That will be easier.
Ma'am,
slideshow.
Yeah.
And then it'll visibly appear on the whole screen.
Yeah. Will you able to see that now? Mood board I am showing.
Yeah, this is 7th slide, sir.
Yeah. Then this I have changed now to 8th.
No, we cannot see.
Not yet. Storyboard is visible.
Sharing. Yeah, storyboard is visible.
Okay.
1 minute. And
the presentation is here. This one.
Okay, so meanwhile
now,
we get.
Will you able to see this?
Yes, sir.
This is storyboard that is visible.
Then this is silhouette inspiration board. Will you able to see this?
Yes, sir. It's fine now.
Then this is mind map. Will you able to see this?
Yeah.
And after that, the process will be, we'll go with the detailing. What are the detailing we are going to design in our garment or in your styles? Will you able to see that?
Functional details are there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then color palette.
And the color palette.
Yeah.
So this is the process basically. You have to follow these all steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it is a standard process for all the design. What is the stories basically? Then this is called line. Line is very common word in design field basically. Line means a whole range of the garment. And as I explained, when you talk about what you say, when you say ki top or bottom ke liye, what is the combination? That combination we call in fashion language called ensemble. It's the Italian word basically, but we call it ensemble. Okay. Then I have shown look 1 how it look like, look 2 how it look like, then look 3, then look 4, look 5, look 6. Will you able to see this? Look 6, and then the flat drawings. Flat drawings we have to showcase ki how garment will look like when you keep flat on the table. That fine, man? Then
Yeah.
take back the
Right.
more technical area. I don't want to explain it here, but you can have a look here. Technical detail mein basically you are going to show what kind of fabric, what the detailing, and where you're going to place your label. All this detailing. What are the type of stitches? Stitches matlab shilai, how you are going to do on the fabric. Then measurement charts hota hai. Jaise tailor measurement will take measurements. Same way you are going to present your measurements. Same for the bottom. And this is called bill of material. What are the things you require to complete one garment? This is more technical details basically. And the second part I would like to share here is a graphic design. Will I start that, or Satya ma'am, will you want?
So we can move to the questions and then probably discuss
Yes.
more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are so many questions.
Yes. So
Is the first question is a degree in design worth it? So
yes, ma'am.
It is worth it, ma'am.
I should
Surely.
take it up. It is worth it. And if you are really passionate about design, that's what even Talikas said, that if you're really passionate about design, why not? In whatever area you are passionate, it should not come to you as a compulsion. You should enjoy your work. And once you enjoy your work, everything, becomes a success in your life. Now, Talika sir, this is a question for you, sir. How is design different from art?
See, art is basically for artist satisfaction. Okay, design is never art. Okay, for an example, take an example of WhatsApp. It's a problem solving design. It is called UI UX design basically. Okay, there are certain apparel designs, there are certain footwear designs. Okay, which are the problem solving design basically. Okay, so art is specially meant for an artist satisfaction, and design is totally for sale, as I told initially. Okay, artist basically work with his own instinct. Okay, but where designer basically work as per the customer's requirement. Designer always work for the customer satisfaction, even though you don't like red color, but customer want that design in red color, so you have to work as per the customer satisfaction. But artist ke liye there is no restriction.
It
If he
has to.
like orange color, he
Yes.
can work on orange color. He will say ki this is my art, so I want to showcase this in my form basically. So
Yes.
art is totally different. Like when you take admission for fine art, the total era, total think process is totally different. But when you talk about design, there are a lot of restrictions. And designers, that is the reason designers are more successful than the artists basically, because they know what people are going to accept and what are the running designs are there in the market. So they will design as per the latest trend. Now, when I come to the trend, that time this time I have to mention that we follow the trend, okay, which are forecasted by WGSN and Promosteel.
Right.
Even you go to any big institute, okay, like NIFT, NID or FDDI, we have all these forecasts available with us, and we know what exactly going to turn up in 2025. What are the color people are going to wear in 2025? We know 2 to 3 years prior in advance.
Yeah,
Right.
thank you, sir.
So
Thank you, sir.
thank you,
And the
sir, for
next question is, I'm not aware of my area of interest. What should I do? Anjali, beta, I would like to say you that I have done my graduation in maths. Is there any field related to design in which I can use my degree, or I have to start? Yeah, why not? You know, you will be very happy to know that for taking admission in design courses of FDDI, you don't need to be an art graduate or a commerce. Any people from any stream can come and join our course. There is just a simple test that you have to qualify, and then you can definitely come and take up your journey with designing, whether you are from maths or you're from science or you're from commerce or humanities. It doesn't matter. Now the question is, BSc fashion design degree good for design career? Why not? Any structured education is definitely going to take you to the next level in your career. So then the next question is, I want to ask, if I take the interior
No,
designing.
ma'am, 1 minute.
Yeah.
See, when you go for a BSc in fashion design,
Yeah.
okay, that is a 3 years course. And when you talk about B design, Bachelor of Design, that is a 4 years course. Okay, now when you go to, if you're really thinking to go internationally and pursue any kind of a further courses, in that B design
Sure.
always have advantage.
Yeah, so come
Okay,
for
BSc
B.Des then.
fashion, yeah.
Yes, yes. So I think that answers your question, Sumega. What is the difference between BSc in design and B.Des? Because BSc design, as Talika said rightly, that internationally that is not accepted. Suppose after doing graduation, you want to take up master courses, your course will not be recognized internationally. So we will recommend that it is better if you come for B.Des in design. Right?
Even so, she won't get admission in MDes.
Yes.
She will go for a master's in science, masters in science, fashion design. But she can't go for master in design in fashion design.
Yeah. No, even designing, sir, B.Des is not recognized internationally.
Yes.
It has to be 4 years degree. It has to be. It should not be, because BSc is only for 3 years. What is the job rate in the design industry? If you come
so we
to
could
every,
ma'am, if we could like elaborate this more, since I just wanted to add on to this, since the student have asked about the job, what kind of scope and opportunities fashion industry or design industry offers? I just like to elaborate
Can I
here.
explain?
yeah,
Sure,
why
sir.
not? Please.
See, you opt for a design domain, any design domain. As I said, you go for animation, you go for fashion, you go for footwear, you can go for leather, you can go for accessories. Okay, you can go for textile design, you can go for UI UX design, you can go for interaction design, which is web design, you can go for interior design. See, these are
I,
the platform basically, and they are totally specified field basically, and that they are really running short of what you say expert people in this area. Because see, the technology aging fast basically. Okay, technology is aging very fast. Okay, even and simultaneously design is also aging very fast. There is a lot of innovation in design in day-to-day field. Okay, we teach software based design here. Okay, we started with the Corel Draw. Now we are turned up with the Illustrator, Photoshop, and then we started with the 3D design in form of Flow. Okay, so all these advanced software, and then again we are moving toward the metaverse. Metaverse means you are going to present your design virtually. Just say when you see any kind of a, what you say, visual merchandise in any mall or shop. Okay, now what you are going to see, you are going to see a screen, a area, okay, in which a three-dimensional design will come out from the nozzle. Okay, so not design, you can easily visually see that design after 4 or 5 years. Okay, so design mein there is always what you say good big prospect basically. Okay, so this is a never ending story, start from the beginning. Okay, right from the Adam and Eve till now, there is a lot of innovation in design. It's an innovative field basically.
Right. Thank you, sir, for that answer. And we have few questions from our registration prior to the webinar, and I would like to take those questions before we move ahead. Since we're talking about design and fashion, please elaborate a bit about the design industry as a whole. What all branches does it offers, and what all branches students can cater to? Sir, if you would like to answer that.
Yeah, see, the first of all, you have to, what do you say, decide where your interest is all about. Okay, some might interested in leather good design, some might interested in accessory design, some might interested in interior design, some might interested in fashion design, which has a lot of glamour basically. That is the reason people, what do you say, opt for fashion design. But there are so many other branches in design basically, okay, where you can easily pursue a design career. Like for an example, when I say fashion design or when I say any design, footwear design, okay, we teach totally advanced technical, what do you say, software based education. Okay, so when in together, when I say all these are the design areas, but when I precisely say about fashion design, see that textile is the biggest, what do you say, second largest industry after agriculture basically. So a lot of opportunities every time there in the fashion industry basically. But again, when you talk about other design areas like footwear, or you can say leather product, or you can say UI/UX, or you can say any other industry, there are vast scope of, what do you say, career opportunities basically. So it is up to you in which area you are interested to work. Okay, basically I would like to share one concept here. Okay, the thing is, it is depends on your personal instinct. Like in the morning when I ask you, wake up and start designing, so what design you like to design most? That is your instinct basically. किसके लिए आप क्या design करना चाहते हो? Your mind says end of the day, like 12 o'clock I said, will you do this design for me? So if you feel happy to design, so for what you are feeling happy, maybe fashion, maybe graphic, maybe footwear, maybe leather product, that is up to you. You have to define your personal instinct. Okay, and then you decide which area of design you want to pursue your future career. Okay.
So I think, sir, this would say that these are the factors that help you decide which design course a student should opt for, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
And ma'am, for placement, I think for career, they should not bother, because our students are doing extremely well in the industry wherein we have posted them. It is not only, a designer is not limited only to product designing. They are going for visual merchandising. They are going for, visual design. So lot many things is being added in the curriculum, and the students are well placed in the industry. Some of them have become CEOs, vice presidents, and a very good product designer in the industry.
So, ma'am,
Internationally also, yeah. We are
so
providing placement for international brands also, yeah.
right. So just adding a part to the same question, ma'am, is there any particular skill that a student should understand, that I have the skill and I then can pursue a course? Is there something like that, or it is something that you develop with studies and proper, curriculum and everything?
Ma'am, a person must have some basic design aptitude. And I'm sure if the students are enrolled for design coaching, they must be having there. They should be passionate. They should have basic design skills, and for which we take a small test also, and that is called design aptitude test. And then otherwise rest we develop in due course of time, and which will be which will be reflected in the presentation also, that we'll be taking up later on.
Right. So, ma'am, there are a lot of courses and degrees, nowadays that has been like offered for design. So, if someone who wants to take up this professionally, is a bachelor degree mandatory? And, how do you prepare for that particularly? If I'm talking about a particular degree in design.
Can I say here something?
Sure, sir.
Sure,
See,
sir.
when you talk about the corporates, okay, they have basic entry level, that is a B design. They won't allow you to, what do you say, apply for any position without a graduation. Okay, am I right, or shall I have to elaborate more?
No, I think you can elaborate sir, a bit.
Like the question is why no, I'm not getting, ma'am. What was the question?
So it's like there are a lot of courses like a bachelor's degree being offered, and other degrees that are being offered in fashion design. So is it mandatory, to if you are taking up this professionally ahead, you need to have a proper degree and then probably could move ahead? Well, what importance does it hold, like these degrees in fashion?
Yeah. Uh, Basically the infrastructure matters lots in design field. Okay, so to install a footwear institute, or to install a fashion design department, or to install a accessory design department, to install a leather department, only Indian government can do that, because there's a huge investment in that basically. Okay, like we have 12 campuses and investment is about 3 to 4,000 crore. Okay, so such a huge investment only government can do. Okay, see, there are so many institutes, so many, what do you say, other places where you can easily pursue a degree. Okay, but when you talk about the government colleges, and that is with the national importance, okay, they have a particular, what do you say, standard operating processes. They have all they have all high tech advanced machineries, which you hardly find in the other private universities. And I'm telling you very honestly, because we are proud, we were feeling proud that we have a lot of machineries which are, we can say, 5 to 10 years ahead than the current technology basically. And we are our students are working on the machine basically, and that is the reason we are getting placed easily.
Yeah, we are very practical oriented, and rightly sir said that, and then it is a structured program, and even it is the requirement of the corporate world today. You can't go one day and say you are very good in sketching and you are very good in drafting, so you are a good designer. No, there are so many other requirements. There are so many languages, the softwares that you need to learn. There's so many skill sets that is being provided over a period of time in a very structured manner. So that education, I believe, is must to take an entry to the corporate.
Right. And ma'am, is there any particular entrance exams also happening for you, to getting enrolled in institutes?
Yes, ma'am. I think everything is there in the presentation. If you allow me, though, I can just go through it. Or if you have more questions, I think whatever way you like.
I'll just take one of your two or more questions. Like, since also told about, the government thing. So, is there any schemes or something like that available from government also for the students who are like underprivileged, who cannot afford, taking up a course in a fashion design, but have that skill and want to pursue that? So, is there
That
anything offered to them?
they have to check out with their what is the state government basically. State government has a lot of policies basically for this BPL level student. Okay, so they can afford a loan from there. Am I right, Satya ma'am?
Yes, yes, very true. State government funds, they have their own criteria, and many of our students are getting funded by the state
Many.
government.
Yeah.
Yes, many
Ma'am,
through our
ma'am,
12 campuses.
right.
And if a person is extraordinary, we are also having very strong connect with the industry. So, but in that case, not in the initial year, but if the students are exceptionally well, then in that case, we request the industry also sometimes to sponsor their fee.
Right, right. Ma'am, since I do see that a lot of students, aspiring students of design and fashion, they generally have who can afford actually. They want to study abroad and pursue a career there, and then maybe return back and start something of their own. So really, I just wanted to know if there's really good scope in abroad for designing and whether that's a good option for those who can afford.
Ma'am, I'll tell you here, we are very much closely associated with all the leading international fashion and design institutes. So we have the MOU signed for the student exchange program, for their excursion also, for their taking up those international designers or those international. And as sir rightly said, that we are the only one in India right now who is going to have an international level of center of excellence. Center of excellence, government of India has funded, and 2 of the FDDI campuses have been approved to be upgraded as center of excellence, which will be unique. It's unique, which will be of its kind. It will be a unique establishment by government of India to promote fashion and design, and this all will be supported by international level of designers. That's one thing. And the second thing is there is an excellent opportunity for career and growth in India and abroad as well.
Right, right. I think a lot of questions. I'll just take few more questions, and probably we could start with taking up questions from our students who have already sent a lot of questions here and in their registration process also. So before that, before we start taking up the questions, we like to start a small feedback poll for all our students, and then we'll move to your questions because I could see a lot of questions coming here. So please do not worry, this entire 30 minutes is dedicated to your question, students. So our faculties will be here. They'll be answering your questions. I'll take up all your questions. I'll try to take a maximum questions over here in these 30 minutes. So I think you could see a feedback poll. So I would request all of you, please fill up this feedback poll, as this will help us to improvise for our next webinars and our content. So after we are done with this, we'll start with taking your questions, because I could see a lot of you have queries regarding design and fashion. So we'll definitely try and answer your queries with our panelists over here. So as soon as you're done with the poll, we'll start taking up your questions, and we'll try to get hold of all the answers from our eminent panelists here, who are there to help you and guide you and, suggest you regarding design courses, what all you can take up. So you can also put up your questions. If you have queries left, please share that in our Q&A section, please. I could see a lot of questions in chat also. So if you could put your questions in our Q&A, please. Right. Okay. And after that, I think, ma'am, you had a presentation for the students.
Yes.
So probably after this, we could take that presentation and then start with the queries, if that's fine with you.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect.
Great. So after this, we'll have a small presentation from ma'am for all of you, and then we'll start your queries. Okay. So I think they're almost done with it. And then we could take up the presentation, and then we could take all your queries. I could see a lot of you have a lot of queries here. So we'll try and get hold of all your queries. Ma'am, meanwhile, you could share your screen, please.
Yeah. Is that visible?
Yes, ma'am, I could see your screen now. So you could take it as a slideshow mode, and then we could have the whole screen.
Just a second. Just a second.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, I think this will give a better view.
Okay. So, well, as I said, that I'm here to represent a fashion and design institute established by Government of India. And the institute has presence in India since last 30 years, I think more than 30 years. So the institute was established in 1986, and we are the only approved INI institute in India by Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. So if we talk about the stature, even we are, we have got a better status than NIFT. So there are only few INI institutions in India. IIT is one, IIMs are one, and NITs are one. But in design and fashion, if you talk about, we are the only one. And yes, NID is also there. That is an INI institution. So Institute of National Importance status is a very, very, prestigious status that our institute has got. Granted by Government of India, and the students will be proud to take INI degree from the institution after taking the course. It has a very, very high reputation and a very high recognition internationally. So this is your slide. Would you like to say something on this, Talika sir?
No, ma'am, you pass.
Okay. Just a second.
Pass, ma'am.
Yeah. These are 12 campuses of FDI.
No, ma'am. These are the national importance design colleges in India.
Okay, so this is National Institutes of Design, NID, and we are the one, right? So only 2 institutes in India have been.
No, NIFT is having a national importance. 3.
NIFT is a deemed university, sir. They don't have INI status.
Okay.
Yeah. So as I said, that the institute was established in 1986 under the aegis of Ministry of Commerce and Industry. The institute has very high reputation, and institute has pan-India presence with 12 campuses. And we are into education of footwear, fashion, retail, and leather goods and accessory design. We do have these campuses are present in East, West, Central India, North India. These are FDDI campuses, 12 FDDI campuses. The question comes, and I think many of the questions that you have asked during the discussion, I mean, people were worried about how is the career growth, how is the, what is the kind of, skill set is required for taking up the design profile later on in the corporate world. So I'd be very happy to say here that, as I said, that we are the one who have got academic programs, masters and bachelors both in footwear, retail and leather goods and fashion also. So we do have INI status, and we are one of the 3 leading university institutions in the world if you talk about footwear designing. So there are only 3 universities in the world: Thomas Bata University, Czech Republic, and University of Northampton, UK. And we are the 4th one in the world who are having such kind of education to train people in that area. Now, the curriculum is designed by IIT, by University of Northampton, UK, by NIFT, by Council of Leather Exports. And the curriculum is very dynamic. It is very practical oriented. The internship, live projects, industrial interactions, field visits, case studies are already inbuilt in the curriculum. And that is the reason our students are doing extremely well in the industry. You talk about the, industry, fashion industry or footwear industry, everywhere you will find one FDDian sitting there. So if you talk about the creative designer of Adidas, Indonesia, Manorma Raina, she's our alumni. Talk about the director of Adidas, in USA, he's our alumni. So, I mean, you talk of one industry and our alumni are sitting there, and they had really been a great ambassador for the institution. We have a very strong alumni presence. FDDI is not only, in education only, we are also a consultant to the industries like Ethiopia, South Africa, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Vietnam. So students should be getting, FDDI is not unknown to those countries. Now students are getting directly, placement to Dubai, to Africa, to Bangladesh, to Sri Lanka, and to many other, US, Europe, many other countries. People are working, and they are working on very senior position. You must have heard about Noon.com, that is in Dubai, and vice president of Noon.com is our alumni. If you talk about the youngest senior vice president of Lifestyle, he's our alumni. The CEO of Bata Thailand is our alumni, and they have not taken any other degree. I'm very happy to say you here that just after taking FDDI's degrees, they are serving on that position. In addition, they have not had any other degree. We do have a centralized placement, and already we have spoken about Center of Excellence. 7 campuses of FDDI have been approved to be converted as Center of Excellence in India in various domains, be it footwear design, fashion design, leather goods and accessory design. You will have international designers. You will have, as Talika sir rightly said, that the machinery or the infrastructure or the technology that we have procured, that is 10 years ahead than what the industry is having today. So students will get exposure to all those kind of international level of delivery system and infrastructure at FDDI. We do have academic alliance with Orsutoria School, that's in Milan, Italy, Thomas Bata University, Czech Republic. We do have alliance with FDCI. We do have alliance with University of Northampton, UK for the students exchange program.
Ma'am, we really need to keep this short as we have just 15 minutes and we need to take up questions.
Fine. So we do have a school of footwear design. We do have a school of fashion design. We do have a school of retail and fashion merchandise and leather goods and accessory design. Now, School of Footwear Design offers 2 programs, B.Des and M.Des. We do, as we said, that we don't have any criteria and people from any stream can join our courses. We do have courses in leather goods and accessory design. So we do have bachelor's program in leather goods and accessory design. We have bachelor course in fashion design as well. And besides that, we have a School of Retail, which is offering BBA and MBA programs. So if anybody is interested to come for retail courses, they can join BBA and MBA program at FDDI. And all these schools are functional at 12 campuses of FDDI. All those 12 campuses. Now, we do have all these are our all-time campus recruiters. So all these companies visit every year to our campuses. The life at FDDI is very, very dynamic. We have different clubs, class of design, sports club, cultural club, drama society. And as you can see here, that students they really enjoy, they really, they get properly nurtured in the campus and going through the 4 years program here. Now, fashion shows, fashion blazons, these are the frequent activities that we take up at FDDI. And these are the glimpses of some fashion show, cultural activities. I will not take much of time. I think you can hear me.
I'm from MFT third batch. I started my career as a management trainee in Bata, India after completion of my MFT. I am currently working for Nike at world headquarters in Portland, Oregon. I have dual role. One role is leading footwear sourcing of Jordan brand, and the second role is responsive manufacturing, which is basically building capabilities to make the supply chain more nimble and faster and flexible. I have 3 key messages for the students at FDI. First is be a sponge. Be a sponge is a lifelong attitude. It's a growth mindset. And so gather as much information and as possible while you are at FDI. This growth mindset will lead you and make you a successful leader in the future. Second one is evolve immediately, which is basically embracing change, lead change, be comfortable with the change because the industry is becoming more complex, and embracing change can be a great lifelong attitude for you, and it will make you a successful leader in the future. Third one is having fun. Enjoy yourself at FDI. Make the whole learning experiences at FDI more joyful and memorable. So that's all from me. Thank you so much. My all best wishes to you. And also I want to take this opportunity to thank everybody at FDI, all the staff, for helping me and making me successful in life. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Hello everyone, I'm Gaurav Malik. I am from DFT 9th batch FDDI, and currently I am working with Bata India. I take care of design and product development at Bata. My message to all the new students is do not worry about or do not look at what you cannot do right now. Rather, focus on what you are capable of. With time, you will feel confident and you will acquire the right skill sets that you need. Because education is not a safety net. Education is like a rocket that will propel you towards your goal, that will propel you towards success. And FDDI, in true sense, will provide you all the enablers, all the correct and right skill sets that you need to make a strong mark in the industry. So all the very best and happy learning.
FDDI has a strong alumni
All right.
base.
So, ma'am, can we move to the questions now?
Yeah, sure.
Right. So, you can just stop sharing the screen, please. Yes. Okay. So we just have 10 minutes. We quickly take up your questions over here. So let's start from Sheetal Sriram. She wants to know what is all about. A bit in brief, ma'am, about communication design. If sir would like to take that.
Yeah. Communication design, basically, if someone would like to pursue their career in advertising field, basically, it is more like you can say script writing, then you can say hoarding design, then any kind of a graphic design, okay, any kind of a print media design. So that is basically a communication design, and that particular designer can work in advertising field basically, or you can say visual merchandising, means they can work basically. It is more kind of you have to work you can say 99% on softwares basically.
Right. Sir, can you please elaborate a bit about interior design? Because there are a lot of students who are interested in knowing about interior designing because they do not get to find a lot of good colleges if they want to pursue interior designing. So if you could help them with that a bit.
So interior design is basically how to design your kitchen, how to design what do you say, washrooms, basically how to design your bedrooms, halls, etc. Basically, it's all about that. And some part in that will be, you can say, accessory design, or maybe you can say textile design part will be there. Okay, again, it is more kind of what it is a space management, you can say. Okay, and it's a designing and space management course basically, and you won't find good colleges in India basically, because we are not that much advanced to, what do you say, to invest about 2 to 5 crore rupees just for a laboratory of interior design basically.
Right. So there's another question from Sneha. She wants to know two things. Firstly, should they opt for online or offline courses? And the second part is, should they go for a full-time designing course, or they can, take up masters in another subject and do designing course side by side? What all will you suggest?
It's very difficult to learn online basically. If you really think about design, okay, you require hand to hand, what do you say, guidance from the faculty. Okay, you can't learn that online, because see, in that reason, when you talk about the online education, okay, I precisely mention here that in that case you can easily learn through YouTube. Okay, but it is not possible. That is the reason, see, people are still preferring to come to full-time courses. Okay,
And
don't
I
go
will
for
tell
online.
you, I will add up here that
Yes,
designing
ma'am.
is not only about sketching and learning the softwares. It is also about a true designer is when he or she understands the user's, requirement, integrates it with the technological feasibility, and then that has to be considered from the point of view of business, viability. So to
Right.
understand all these domains, you need to come to an institution.
So, ma'am, I'll just take another question from Akhilesh. He wants to know what are the other options available for students who do not qualify for Deity, that is Design Aptitude Test. If they do not qualify that, then what other options are there available for them?
They can come to retail courses. Again, there are chances because visual merchandiser also need to have design skills. So, but for and then they can come to retail side, they can come to footwear side also, because besides designing, we do have merchandising courses, we do have technological courses wherein students can go to the management level or middle management level directly in the area of planning, in the area of costing, in the area of productivity or quality management. So those kind of areas students can pursue through our B.Des courses.
Right.
Yeah, I would like to share here my knowledge. Okay, if you are
Yes, sir.
not able to, what do you say, crack the entrance, okay, in that case, you can easily say that you require some more guidance in terms of design aptitude. Okay, so they might try for next year. Okay.
Right. Thank you, sir, for that answer. I'll take up another questions quickly. Varsha wants to know, can we combine two subject combinations like fashion and jewelry design and study them
No, no,
together?
no, no, not possible.
Right. Sir, I'd like to take a bit of about graphic design. Rosemary and there are other students also who are interested to take up graphic design. So if you could elaborate a bit on that.
As I mentioned, graphic design is more like look like a communication design. It's more a software-based subject, and it is basically they can work in advertising and print media. Okay, so the content, so to say, intake for that course is quite less basically, and we don't have that course here.
Right. So I see another question from Dave Mohan, and he says that animation is there as one of the fastest growing career all over the world. But in India, there are not much good colleges, and they are also saying that they are observing a lot of underpaid jobs. So can you guide
Basically,
on that?
when you talk about animation as an entry level, you won't find any job. Okay, there are so many, what do you say, entries in animation. Okay, and the intakes are quite bigger because there are no colleges. Okay, again, when you talk about animation, okay, again, you require to know, require to create your own, what do you say, characters basically. Okay, and again you require some 3D Max wala software knowledge, then Flow wala software knowledge basically. Okay, and it is quite understood that there is no what you say good colleges in India for animation, and even though there is a scope, but there is no college in India. Okay.
Right. Okay. I'd like to take another question from Akshar, I think. So she says, if I, Akshad, okay. So he says, if I want to get in product design, is engineering required to enhance my CV and get a better pay?
No,
What, ma'am?
it's not necessary. It's not.
Right. And there are also few students who want to take up this course while, doing a full-time job. So is that, manageable? Is that possible? Like working a full-time job, they could take
We
up a
don't have
course.
intellectual course curriculum. We don't have intellectual course curriculum. We have a full-time course curriculum here.
Right. Okay. And after engineering, sir, if they want to opt for any fashion designing course, is that possible or is there any course?
Yes, after engineering, we do have Masters in Design program for footwear. So the eligibility criteria is engineering. So anybody, if interested, they can come to us.
I say now the last question, creativity. So it's a question on creativity. Like the person says, since creativity is the most important thing for any designer, can you suggest on how to become creative in any design field, or is it only by exposure and work experience? Ma'am, what would you like to say?
I think Talikar sir will be the best person.
No, as I mentioned here, okay, you will get all ready-made creative, what do you say, input from the forecast like WGSN and Promostil. Okay, so that they have to what do you say, do research in terms of creativity, what other designers are doing. Okay, see in your life, we learn everything by copying. Okay, first thing you have to learn what do you say, copying the bigger people, bigger designers. Okay, and then later on you are going to create your own what do you say personal instinct, and then you are going to create your own design later on. So creativity, there is no limitation for creativity, but when you talk about design, there are certain limitations. Okay, so creativity, how to develop creativity? Do research, do research, do review the other what others are doing, and then you try to take some part of that. Okay, like what Zara do basically. Zara has basically, they don't create whole design, they copy some component from the different fashion weeks basically, and they create their own design basically. So they have to pick up some part which they like most, and then they should know where to place that design wala part in their own design basically. And by working hard and by practicing, okay, it is a process of what is a continuous learning. So design never dies. So you have to what do you say, renew the design every season basically.
Right. And I think that brings us to end of this session. And I think we had a lot of visual presentations and we had a lot of questions, but I think a lot of questions might have remained unanswered because lack of time. We just had 60 minutes to do a lot of things. So I'm sharing a link with all of you, and I think you should make good use of this link and put up all your questions there, and we'll try and get your answers from our panelists, from our experts. And you can always connect with us. We'll help you connect with the panelists if you need any help or any queries for that reason. And the entire video is there. If you have missed out this webinar or any part, or if you have any slide you have missed out, this entire video is there on our official YouTube channel. So I would request all of you, just join us there on our official YouTube channel, subscribe our channel. This is our channel link, and you'll find the entire video uploaded there. So you could watch the entire video and you will not have to miss anything or any part.
And Bhageshri,
that
I would
Yes,
like to add here that
Sure,
if you have any question, anybody, you can visit, you can contact us. Our website is www.fddiindia.com. Through that, you can get our addresses, you can get our numbers.
Yeah.
Everything is available on our website, and you can connect with us anytime.
There is one question from Akshad.
Any guidance? Yes.
Ma'am, can I answer that question? There is
Sure,
one
sure,
question
sir.
from
Sure,
Akshad.
sir.
He's
Right,
asking, okay, he want to pursue a career in product design. So he's asking, is engineering required to do that? No. No. You have your own ideation. You have to create your own design.
And we have a wonderful infrastructure. So whatever skill set is required, you will get through that. through the course.
Right. So the students can make use of our website, and you can get connected with us for further details and inquiries. So lastly, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir, for all your
Yeah.
time, for
Thank
all
you.
the
Thank you.
valuable information.
It
I
was a
think that was.
wonderful. Yeah, the host was wonderful, and we really
Thank you, ma'am.
enjoyed the session.
Yeah,
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you to all the students.
Thank you.